Okay, so I've just attached it as a material, and I'm going to now attach it to the sphere. And default shading, background. Oh, we don't need to see that anymore. Okay, I'm going to turn that off and show it in the viewport. Now we're on the inside of the sphere, so we're going to have to go to our Modify tab and select the normal and flip the normals. Let's see. It's still showing that thing. However, I can do this. I can now add my map scaler to it. And it should allow me to make adjustments. Of course, I can't see it here. There we go. Texture. Oh, I need the UVW map first. I forgot to put that in there. UVW map. Okay, and that needs to be in between and spherical. Wow. Now, let's go back to my sphere. I'm having to lower my segments. Okay, there we go. And then now I've got this in place. So it's a little frustrating. Normally it works just fine when you set this up, where you put it in the environment and then drop it in here and make sure it's all worked out and then drop it back. It usually works just fine, and then you can adjust it. But for whatever reason, it just wasn't having it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my glass. And the reason I needed the sky is because we need something to reflect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here to my reflection and refraction. Where it says no map, click on that. Now what you want is I'm trying to remember which one it is. Reflection. I think I want ray trace. Okay, let's pick ray trace. It's okay. Okay, and then we're going to select this up here and go back to the default. And under reflection, we're going to pick this reflect refract map. Okay, let's render this out. Now you see it's taking it a minute having to think about it. But see, look at that beautiful sky. It was crazy to get it there, but there it is. It's beautiful. All right, now it's thinking about it. Oh, and I was in the wrong view. Okay, sorry. I have to cancel that. Go in this one. Make sure we're in the right one this time. And it's taking longer, slowing it down. Something to think about it now. And you see that's going to begin to happen. So you have to start practicing with these materials so you know which ones you can add and which ones maybe not. But you can see exactly what it's starting to do. And I'm going to have to turn down those numbers. But it's glass. And it's beautiful glass. Oh, I love that. Looks good. Because it's reflecting that green from the bottom and the pink from the top. And it's really pretty. But that's it. I mean, that's glass. Now you have some defaults that you can use. I'll show you guys how to use those. But it's always good to know how to make your own materials. Because sometimes you're going to, use some of these defaults and they're not what you want, and you're going to want to adjust them. Yeah, I think it's a great glass. I would just say the only thing that probably needs to happen is, you see this is 100% and 100%. Bring that down to maybe 90 and bring the refraction down to 1. Let's try that. You just barely need any refraction on it. My machine's over there groaning like I've asked it to do something very crazy. There we go. It's beautiful. And it's glass. Okay, so I'm just going to cancel that for now because I don't need it to render all the way out. It's not showing up here realistically, and it's one of the exceptions. It normally works really well, but it doesn't work. Okay, next we're gonna pick on let's pick on the plane down here. I'm gonna apply that to the plane, and I'm going to go to my maps, and I'm gonna double click on diffuse color, and I'm gonna use checkerboard. And it's just a default within the system. Okay, and I want to see it. And it's too big, so I'm going to add my map scaler. And scale it down. Oops, wrong way. Oh, it's already at 0. Or I accidentally put it there. There we go. I want small squares. That looks pretty good. And you can make any adjustments to this that you want, and you can also change the colors. So if I decide I want, kind of loving this pink theme we got going on here. Make the floor pink. That's kind of crazy. Ooh. I was actually just going to try to get a different shade of gray in there. But it ended up making it kind of green. I don't like that at all. Sometimes you just gotta try stuff and see what happens, and then go from there. Let's just go back to, let's use a gray, a darker gray. There we go, and white. Just leave it at that. Okay. And so you have some maps that are within the defaults. Okay, I'm going to select the sphere, and let's find let's just do it with one of the ones that's in there. Okay, so we're going to select this, and we're going to add it to the sphere. And we're going to under maps, and under my diffuse color, I'm going to pick swirl. Okay, and you can pick any two colors you want, and click the show in the material. And you have some twisting and detail and contrast and all kinds of stuff that you can do here. You see that like almost literally matches that. Swirl them out. Okay. So one of the things I can do with this, I'm going to go back up to my default, is that's my color, but I'm also going to use it as a displacement map. And see, it does some crazy stuff right there. Okay, let me render this out. And you can see it. It won't show you in here. It's another one of those maps that you can only see if you render it out. You see, got a lot going on in here, and it's taking the computer longer. Literally, it's doing trigonometry, calculus. It's really doing some complex equations. Well, it's not doing anything with that map. All right, let's try a different map. It should have displaced it. Let's find one that's... I should have done that, but not quite that much. I'm just going to clear this off. Let's do noise. I'm going to make the size a little bit smaller. There we go. And okay, and then I'm going to go back up to my default and drag and drop that down here on my displacement. And what it should do is it should make it look like the moon. Just have like rough surface to it. It should also work with that concrete. That's what it should do. Sometimes 3D Studio Max has a mind of its own and does something completely different. And it's not doing it. It's kind of doing a little bit, but not really. If I didn't have the camera on recording this, it'd be doing just fine. Oh, it looks good though. It does look like the moon. So, not quite as rough as I'd wanted it. And it may have to do with, well, it usually has to do with the number of vertices, but we got quite enough. Anyway, I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool. It looks like the moon. Should probably move it and up in the sky. And then this is starting to be really surreal, huh? Okay, we'll finish in the next video.